Hey friends, welcome to One Little Coder. In this video, we are going to see how to collect data from a website or a web service using REST API. So a couple of videos back, I had posted about web scraping. I'll link that video in the comments in the description section. The problem with that is that I had mentioned that one of the important things about a data science pipeline is collecting data, and then we had to use web scraping for that. But the point is, web scraping is not the only way for you to collect data. So there are a lot of different ways you can use to collect data, and one of the most popular ways, a lot of companies offer an API, most probably REST API, or recent days you would also see GraphQL, but we'll stick to REST API. So a lot of companies offer a REST API for you to interact with that API and collect data. So one such case is that if you see, this is a very popular website on internet. It's called Hacker News. Usually when people want to collect data from Hacker News, especially let's say you want to do an automation to get it on your email or something like that, so people tend to scrape it. But the point is, anytime you want to collect data from a service or a website, first thing is to check whether they have an API. So let's go ahead and see Hacker News API and see if they have an API. So you can see that on GitHub, so there is a Hacker News API. So probably whenever you encounter such a situation where you have got an API, you should not do scraping, because scraping is basically you are going to load their server. So the better way is to use the API. So whenever you have an API, please use an API. Do not scrape that website just because it is easier. API is the right way to do. So what we are going to do in this video is that we are going to take the top 10 or top 20 news without going to this website, just purely by using the API. So for that, we are going to use a package called HTTR, which must be most likely available as part of your tidyverse. And then whenever we are going to fetch data from this API, we are going to sometimes get JSON. So in that case, if we want to process JSON, we might need JSON Lite, but I'm not sure whether we will need, but in case if we need it, we'll use JSON Lite. So let's first go ahead and then see if we have any API call. So these are called, so I'm not going to explain the entire API, REST API calls in this video. So there are a lot of better videos that explains you what is a REST API and how does it work. So the basic information is, these are all called endpoints, the URL like this. So those might point you to some part of that API. API stands for application programming, I think, application programming interface. You can and you can get data, or you can put some parameter and send data, which is called post. So the primary two things that you would do is get or post. So in this case, we are going to only get, and we want the top 10 or 20 news. So let's first see if there is anything top. So you can see that when we search for top, you find that they have an endpoint that gives you top 500 news stories. So when you click this thing on your browser, you can actually see how does it look. So it looks like this. So the first thing we need to do is we need to take this, collect this data, and then probably take the first 20. So the way we can do is click that, copy the URL. So you can probably do it from this and go to our R console and then say, okay, I want let's define, this is my URL. Okay, this is my URL, and what do I want to do? I want to say HTTR get, okay, get URL content, and then put it as a response. So whatever you get as a get request, it is usually called a response. So when you click this, okay, there is something wrong that we have done. There is a space. You can see there is a space. So run it, and then you get a response. So now you can see that you have got a response object, which is basically a list. And in this response object, what we are interested in is this content. So right now you might see it in raw format, but we can use content. Let's say top 500, which is content of response. Then you can see top 500, and it is all integer within a list. So we probably do not need that list, so we'll unlist it. And then we say, okay, we have 500 responses from this, and actually what we want is, we want only top, let's say top 10. So this way we can get top 10. If you want to just filter it top 10, okay, just let's do top 10 or top 20. Okay, so we have got top 20. Okay, so I've got top 10 also is here. Yeah, that's fine. We have got top 20. So now that we have got top 20, let's print it out and see. So this is all ID. So now the next step is for us to know, once we have the ID in place, how to get these contents. So the content that we are primarily looking for is the title, the URL, and probably score. So these are the three things that you are trying to get, because that tells you how popular a story is, from where it is, and if you want to set up an automation, you can do that with that. So the title, the URL, and the score. So when you go here and when you just go to the API's documentation at the top, you would see that they have an endpoint for a story that will give you who submitted it, how many kids it has. So when it says about kids, it's all the sub comments that you have got, and the information that we are interested in is score, title, and URL. So these are the three information that we are particularly interested in. So the endpoint that we have to be focused on is this endpoint. So let's take one of the cases that we got the first ID, and let's put that ID as part of this place. And you can see whether it shows. Okay, it says Uber cuts 3000 jobs, and that is the first. So I think we are good on point. So what we need is this one, but the point is let's say story URL. Okay, the point is, but we do not need this, we actually need what we have here. So we need this element here. So what we are going to use is, we are going to use a function called paste 0, where you don't have to really explicitly mention a separator. So we are going to mention that and say, okay, here I'm closing my first string, this is just for string concatenation, and here I'm going to start the next one, and in the middle I have this. So this, let's say we want to do it in a for loop for 1 and top 20, and we'll do everything within that. Okay, so for 1 and top 20, which means we are going to call it 1 because the variable is 1. So at this point we have stories. If you want, we can just simply print story URL and check how does it look, whether it looks properly. So run it, you can see that you have got the story URLs. So you have got all the URLs as a different list. So what we need next is, we need to extract, we need to get a response for it. So we'll copy the same thing, it's easier if you do it that way, a response, and we want story URL, let's call it story response, and we can get it. So then now the main thing is, what we want is, we want only these three: title, score, and URL. So for that, for ultimately we are trying to create a data frame, so we can create three vectors: titles and scores and URLs. So we have created three vectors which we are going to fill it with this. So the way we are going to do it is, okay, so to simply start with, what we can do is, we can take one of these. For example, instead of 1 to 10, maybe we can start with one simple this thing. So we'll start with this and then see how the rest we'll call it resp get, and we'll see content of resp. So you can see that when you print content of resp, you get a list which has nodes like score, time, which is in Unix time, we don't want it, title, and what is the type, story or show HN, we don't want it that also. So URL. So the three components that we are interested in are the immediate nodes, or the first level that is available in the list. So what we want to do is, we want to say, okay, our titles, or let me just copy all the three, we just simply have to append it. So from story response, we are going to use content function to get story response, and then we are going to say title, and the next thing is, we are going to say score. You can see here why are we calling that way, and then the next thing is, we are going to say URL. So most likely at the end of this process, we should have filled list, and it should have 20 elements in it. So let's see how it goes. Still requesting, it's going to take a lot of time. So we got titles, we got story URL, we got URLs, we got titles, and we got scores. There is something wrong because we got only one element in this, and if you can guess what is wrong, it is a very silly mistake that I should have ideally appended to this, but instead of appending to this I have overwritten. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to say C of titles comma this, scores comma this, URLs comma this. So let's overwrite them. One second. I hope all of you have understood what is a mistake that I have done. So basically, instead of appending, I have overwritten it. So that was a terrible mistake. And you can now see that you have 1:20, 1:20, and we have 20 titles. So now that we have got all these things, we can use simply cbind titles scores. Let's do URLs scores, and we can do as data frame, and we can say HN top 20. And now we can look at the data frame, and you can see that we have got top 20. Whatever we see here is top 20. So let's say this 20th is ultimate C64 memory map from pagetable.com. So C20 is ultimate C64 memory map from pagetable.com, and I think this is the simplest way and the most efficient and the right way to collect data from this particular service, because they are offering an API, and the way we simply did it is using HTTR, and we didn't have to use JSONLite in this case, but usually when you are dealing with APIs, JSONLite is extremely handy when you want to convert your when you want to pass your JSON response into a data frame or something like that. So the objective of this video is to explain how to collect data from a web service making REST API calls using HTTR, and it is also a mini project for a lot of people because Hacker News is one of the top most used websites. It is like Reddit, but more civilized place, probably I have to say, for technical news. So you can use this script to collect the post, and you can probably schedule it on your machine and then collect it every now and then for you to get an email, or you can send a push notification or a Slack notification. You can do all those things. So I hope this video was helpful. So the packages that we used is HTTR and JSON, only HTTR actually, and everything else we did is with BaseR. So this for loop you can do it with functional programming, you can do it with lapply or map or any function that you would like to make it simple. So I've used for loop in this thing. There are a lot of different ways. The main objective is to find an API, go through the documentation, make REST API calls and collect data, and then finally make it a structured format so that you can use it for something. So please let me know in the comment section if you have any feedback or comments, and thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in the next video. Take care.